Hey, what it do? What the business is?
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal underscore Brown. If you're looking for me on socials.
Absolutely. And I am Spike Lou on those same social sites. Holla at your boy AB. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes, sir. Listen, Mom Dukes was in town. The airport was bullshitting. Flight was hella delayed. Had to miss the damn show. Jack bought it, but it's all good. Shout out to Nick, held it down.
Shout out to I got Nick, man. When the last time you had to Uber to the airport?
It's been a minute, man. I usually try to get a ride. Well, actually, no,
Right.
you know what? When me and my wife go places, we usually take an Uber. So probably about 2 years ago.
I Uber to the airport this weekend.
It was a hundo.
Easy. Easy 100, which is insane. God,
Yeah, it's rough.
leave, boy.
Easy. I already know
I'm
that.
like, fuck it. I'm a martyr, man. Now, fuck that. I'll take the martyr. We gonna figure it out from there. But man, listen, god damn.
Got to move to New York. Hop on that L train.
Yeah, man. They petty for how the trains is down here. The trains need to be everywhere down here.
Yeah,
And they need to make this
trains
a train
garbage
city.
down here, man.
Yeah. Chicago and New York got it right.
For sure, for sure. Listen, when it comes to this rap shit, we got it right. Action-packed
Facts.
episode coming up. Of course, we got to talk Big Meech out free. He's getting offers left and right that you wouldn't even believe. We'll talk about the first big offer he's received from someone. Also, 2 Chainz is a free agent now. He dipped from Def Jam, says he's the biggest free agent in the game. We're gonna debate and see if there's facts to that. And one of our throwback rappers from back in the day is now a preacher. We'll get to that as well. But plenty of other shit. Young Thug tweeting from the pen, all of that. But first,
Yes. But wait, before your
oh,
but first, AB.
go. What we
You
got?
weren't here last week. Big event. Big event. And again, shout out to Nick for coming in and holding it down.
My
But
guy.
there are some on deckers out there that want to know what AB thought about the J. Cole verse, response, everything with the Sant Porter or whatever the name of the song is. I can't even remember now.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
what did you have to say about it? What were your thoughts?
I thought the song was dope, and I thought he was
Mm.
spitting. I'm not gonna hold you.
Mm.
I didn't mind the perspective that he took on the beef. We already I don't think he said anything that we didn't know.
Mhm.
He essentially said all of that at the live show at the festival that he was at, the Dreamville joint, where he was like, "Man, I fuck with both people and da 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 da, and these really my folks, and y'all got me on here rapping shit I really don't believe, and this, that, and the third." So him looking at this like Drake and Kendrick actually probably really do have a problem, clearly, or at least
Mhm.
Kendrick has one with Drake, then I don't want to get in the middle of that. And then I end up having a problem with one or both of them, all because the internet gassed me up to say something. When if we're keeping it a buck, though, Kendrick really didn't have much heat for Cole um, on like that. Not really. Like, come on,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
It got a little
we just wanted to see a Royal Rumble with the 3
Yeah.
dopest rappers out right now, the big 3. And so he got lopped into that. He got reeled into that, and he took the bait and released some mid with the diss record. That shit was ass. Deleted it immediately. Thank God. Don't worry, no one was gonna play it after that anyway. And now I like this response. I like this response better than that diss song. So I'm here for it.
You don't think? Well, that makes sense. It makes sense.
Ready for that fall off too.
Mm, I
You are
guess
too. Don't worry about
he'll
it.
be forever number 3 in everybody's eyes.
That's fine. You still get a medal.
Forever. All right, bronze is cool. What we starting with this week?
All right, man, we're taking it to the West Coast. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. First of all, where is Snoop not at in 2024? He's got an album coming out next month with Dr. Dre called Missionary. We're gonna pause that, although we know it's a play on Doggy style. um, they had some interesting words, man, on an interview the other day. Snoop said that he called hip hop out for having a lack of creativity. And then Dr. Dre chimed in and said, man, albums have way too many producers on them. You got albums with 7, 8, 9 producers. It's too much. Anytime you have an opportunity to sit down with one, you should. And I think that he believes that that would help the rap game out immensely. I'm asking you, which take do you agree with most? The lack of creativity or the producer take?
The lack of creativity, I think, everybody says now, especially from the older generation. Happy birthday, Snoopy just had a birthday, turned 53, I believe. So of
Crazy.
course he's going to say that about the creativity. We say that. We listen to it. We listen to the lack of intricacies and samples. I'm like, really, bro? You just gonna take the hook and that's it? Like you didn't even flip the sample. Like we used to have to look for samples when like motherfucker when Jay-Z did Song Cry. I was like, man, what is that? And you Google it and shit like this is before whatever Genius, all of that shit.
Yeah.
So there used to be some creativity to that. There's not as much anymore. People are just relying on your familiarity with the song, and then they just flip it from there. That's a lack of creativity, but that's yeah, that's easy to see. What's really interesting about what Dre said is you can pull up projects where he's proven right. Like if you go to Nas working with Hit Boy, you go to all these people that have done these solo projects with Alchemist, your boy Freddie Gibbs,
Yeah.
all the guys from Griselda, like all of
Yeah.
these different people that have done these one project, I like they stand out. Now they may not sell a lot because we're just not in those times, but they are superior projects to the one where somebody's on there just chasing a hit. I'm gonna get this hot producer, this hot producer, this hot producer. Shout out to Jay-Z. Jay-Z kind of made, well, Nas probably made that famous, I would say,
Illmatic.
with Illmatic.
Yeah.
And then Jay got into that bag. But I would love to see people take Dr. Dre at that word and find them that one good producer for a project to work with. You don't have to do it forever for your career, but if you could find a produced by one person project, I think that would help a lot with the rap game. So that's the take that I agree with the most. I think that was a good observation by Dre.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at Dre saying that. Hip Boy chimed in and said, "Shit, it'd be 7, 8 producers on one song. Fuck that, fuck one
Facts.
album. They be all over the
Facts.
place." And Dre made a good observation, or Snoop may have said this. He said that these people are beat makers. A lot of them, they're not producers. There's a difference. They may have a hot beat, but that doesn't mean they can cultivate a whole song or a whole project for that matter. You might have 10 banging beats, but they may fuck around all sound the same. They may like, it's different. Everybody's not capable of that because trust and believe. I feel like if I'm an artist or any artist out here, if they had the ability to sit with one person and bang out a whole project, nigga, they would. I don't think anybody would
Hmm.
turn that down. If I can go to one person and get the fire B-side joint that I'm looking for, get the club song that I'm looking for, get the single that I'm looking for, get all the intro that I want, the sound. If I can get that with one person, nigga, no one's turning that down. I just don't think that people are have that
Capable.
capability. Everybody not Dre.
Mm,
This is why Michael Jordan can't coach in the NBA. Nigga, everybody not you, nigga. Dude,
yeah.
you try to coach players, fam. I can't do that. You could do that. That's why
Yeah.
it's difficult when you get the superstars trying to coach. I feel like it's the same way. This is Dre trying to coach. That doesn't mean that the suggestion doesn't make sense. You're right. You look at what Freddie Gibbs does with Alchemist. Look at what he does with Madlib. Go all the way back to Cash Money and Manny Fresh
Man,
doing everything. Like go to 3 6 with Juicy Day and DJ Paul doing everything. Like those albums had cohesion, they had the sound, they had world building, they had the whole nine. So yes, in a perfect world, niggas could just find a hit boy next door and they make their whole album with him or her. But that's not how it works. So you have to sometimes grab different sounds from different places. Plenty of people have done it and put out classics. Jay-Z, like it's, oh, Common with
mm,
just Kanye on B also.
with B.
I think Pete
Yeah.
Rock did one or two on there. But still, you got a cohesive body of work. We have evidence of that
Yeah.
working. So he's right, but just don't expect everybody to be able to do that.
Producers need to step their game up, man. There need to be
I
producers,
mean,
more producers that could do that. Because
everybody
the
ain't
rap
everybody
game
doesn't
need
need a producer though. Some people just need hot beats and you'll be fine.
mm,
I promise. Sexy Red just needs a hot beat.
well, I wasn't even considering her in this conversation. I'm talking about
So
other people.
if she got in the studio with Dr. Dre and did 12 songs, would it be could he make
Yes.
her a full body of work? I don't believe that.
Yes, he could.
I
Because
don't
she
believe that.
got enough person. He's good enough at cultivating a sound that he knows that she could excel in. She's got enough personality and charisma to be able to capitalize off of that. Now, if you said, can he do it for Sweetie? No, she don't have the
You go with
talent to do
Blueface.
that. No, we can't do it for her. But Sexy Red does have the charisma, the swag. She got enough to do that. Like we've seen her doing on her albums now. Like some of them might sound alike, but it all fits. It's cohesive.
Oh,
So
that's true.
imagine if I get it to the next level with a nigga like Dre. it really shouldn't even be Drake. If you said she did a whole album with DJ Paul, that would hit.
That would
Or
be hard.
Glorilla. Yeah, or
That would be
Glorilla did a
hard.
whole album with DJ Paul. Like it's certain people that
Or
certain make
take
sense to you.
Keith. Well,
Exactly.
I don't know if he could produce. With all due respect, I don't believe
Mhm.
he has a history of producing full bodies of work. So let me take that back. DJ Paul has. Juicy
Yeah.
J has. Tay Keith
Mhm.
got fire ass beats, but I don't know, like maybe like a Mike Will, maybe somebody like
Yeah,
that.
that's another good one. Yeah, like so it could work. So yeah, I think so.
Did real quick with Snoop, a lot of people were calling cap on Snoop saying hip hop has a lack of creativity when his career was based off samples, essentially. I want people to understand no one is saying you can't sample. No one's saying, like, not one person is saying that. What people are saying is stop doing the lazy ass sampling. And of course, the first joint that comes to mind is NLE Chopper with that hot in here bullshit that he tried to pull out last year. Bro, that was the laziest shit of all time. Like, no one's saying don't sample. You can't listen to Kanye West Spaceships, how he flipped that Marvin Gaye and tell niggas not to sample. Like, you can't do
Right.
that. It's not possible.
Shit, even Snoop first single, Snoop Dogg, and yeah, it was a sample, but that was creative.
That's
Like, and it wasn't from 8 years ago, nigga. Like, the
yeah.
niggas is sampling shit
It
that
wasn't
was
already a
just
hit
hot.
3 years ago.
Yeah, like when he did that Snoop Dogg from Atomic Dog, like Atomic Dog came out in the fucking 70s.
Yeah, that was a
And
mean flip.
nobody was really familiar with that. So yeah. Yeah, that's whack criticism right there.
Yeah. It's
All
just
right.
be more creative. That's all.
Speaking of creativity, your man, Tyler, the creator,
Ah,
he's dropping his new album on Monday at 8 a.m. He says all that Friday night at midnight shit is stupid.
yeah.
AB, does he have a point?
You know what? At first I was thinking to myself, okay, bro, you're trying too hard to be different. I'm like, you want to buck the system. Everybody drops on this day. I'm gonna drop mine on this day. But he did give a reasoning that I can respect. October 28th is a Monday. That's when his new joint comes out. He said, man, I'm dropping my shit at 8 a.m. when people are going to work, as opposed to so people can sit with the music. I want people to be able to hear it on either in the whip, on the train, on the whatever the case may be for them 30 minutes where they can hear the body of work and take it in. Midnight, bro. He was like, man, come on, man. You're either on the East Coast going to sleep, or you already sleep on the East Coast, or you're going to sleep on the West Coast. Then you wake up, you want to play it dumb early. You're not really ready. You're just excited. You're trying to beat Twitter to it. And you're getting these cold takes because your mind, you're not even swiped the cold out your eye yet. Nigga, you ain't had fucking breakfast. So him saying, yo, I'm trying to put it out at 8 a.m. That's fair. I understand him wanting people to sit with the music. I think he has the right idea. Bro, if you put it on 8 a.m., it's 5 a.m. someplace else. Still, people are still asleep. Like someone's going to be left out, bro. So while it's admirable what he's trying to do, get people to listen. I love that piece. I can't stand when I go on Twitter when I wake up at 6 a.m. and niggas got reviews on albums that came out 4 hours ago. I can't stand that shit. Especially albums that don't make sense in the climate in which you're listening to it. Like, why are you listening to the club album at home on your fucking Ray-Ban or Raycon headphones in the house, dude? Like, why are you rating an album that you played on your iPhone speaker? Like, come on, fam. Like shit like that kills me, dude. So I'm with him on that. I don't know if doing it on Monday at 8 a.m. I don't know if you gotta be that specific, but just tell niggas listen to the music, man. Please. Or drop it midday if you want niggas to really like listen to it.
I think this is brilliant, AB. In a
Mm,
time where people are struggling for sales, marketing is everything from fucking a divorce to fake beef or whatever it may be.
man.
I think just going back to something simple like, you know what, I'm gonna put my album out there and give everybody the chance to hear it going into the weekend versus
Going
hoping
into
that
the
they
week.
listen to it. Yeah, going into the week, excuse
Yeah.
me, versus hoping that they listen to it going into the weekend. One of the biggest things that I think is key about that, he said something important. Like, yeah, you waking up Monday morning at 8, you're going to the gym, you're going to work, you're going to get your weekly run in. The thing about the week is you have a routine. Most days out of nine, those 5 days, you're doing pretty much the same thing. Whether you weekend waking up, going to work, gym, whatever it is you're doing, the weekend you got errands to run. You might be getting a
True.
haircut
You
this
might sleep
weekend.
in.
I might sleep in. I might be
Yeah.
doing something with the wifey. The
Yeah, yeah,
kids
yeah.
might have something to do with the game. All of that. So you
True.
try to squeeze it in, and you halfway paying attention. If I got something that comes out Monday at 8, I may not get to it Monday at 8, but I still got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I can listen to it on my lunch break, like you said, when I get a chance. I can listen to it every day for 5 days on my lunch break. Like going into the weekend, and I've gotten my favorite songs picked out or whatever it may be. I think this is a really smart idea. More artists should take up on this. Like, you know what? I'm dropping Sunday. It's right after the football games or whatever it may be. But I think
Mhm.
Monday at 8 a.m., that's a really good idea. I do think it's going to give people a lot more opportunity to sit with his project, and it's going to be more highly regarded. Probably was going to be that way anyway, based off his last two projects, but more people are going to get ears on it. I think this is going to work, and I think more people will follow suit if they have the power to do so. I don't know how much label politics will play into this. If
Mhm.
people want this to happen, if stream services want this to happen, I don't see how it could be bad for him, but I wonder what the pushback is that he's getting in these buildings for wanting to do that. And it shows how successful he's been over his last couple of projects where he's like, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm going to do this Monday at 8. So I like it all the way around.
Yeah, I'm the only downside, if you want to call it that, is he sheds a couple of days off of the first week sales, which I don't know if he gives a shit about that.
Yeah, he don't
Probably
care.
not.
Right.
Um, but I mean, listen, I'm here for anything to get people to listen. I'm here
Facts.
for it. He's got it. I don't want to fuck the name of the album up, but it's called like Chromacopia. I guess that's how you say it. All songs written, produced, and arranged by Tyler the Creator. So he's like, nigga, I put a whole lot of time in this shit. Just a whole lot of effort. It's a whole lot of intention. So y'all gonna listen to this shit, and he'll be the only thing that drops on Monday. I can tell you that. I don't know what comes out the Friday before,
Facts.
but I know for a fact ain't shit coming out Monday.
Facts.
So he'll have a day to himself, if nothing
Yeah, that's
else.
facts. Yeah. I think it's a good idea, man. I'm going to listen now. Like whatever I'm doing Monday, I'm gonna take time out to listen. I don't know if I'll listen more than once because it's supposed to be like rock thing,
Yeah, it's kind of
like
different.
some
It's
rock
different. He put
centric.
out a single. It's a little different.
Yeah, I ain't really with different. Uh,
Next up, man, that's hilarious. Gucci, big Guwop, man, he's had a lot of turmoil around his label 1017 Records lately. Of course, we know we just recently lost Enchanting. She passed away a couple of months ago. He's had people locked up. He's had people pass away. He's had people get dropped. He is now making it official. He only has two artists left on 1017. He is dropping everyone not named Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano, who are actually both locked up, by the way, ironically or not. He said he's still looking for artists, but he's cleaning house. Do you think this is a smart move for Gucci to clean house and keep these two artists specifically, even though they're both locked up?
yeah, because what he referenced was his profit and loss statements, and he said that his profit and loss statements, he was looking at them and they were looking crazy.
Yeah,
So what I'm assuming that that means is I'm CEO and these people are out on the road. They're needing budgets for studios. They're needing budgets for wardrobe. They're hiring people to shoot videos. They're hiring producers. And I'm assuming that this is coming from the label. And being that I've never heard of most of these 1017 artists, I'm assuming that that kickback isn't coming that Gucci's expecting for loaning them the money to complete their projects. So I could see where he's saying from a business standpoint, but then to go and say, I'm still signing new artists doesn't make sense to me. Like, because the problem isn't with the talent, because all of these people were talented enough to be signed to
true.
1017 at one point. It's the artist development part of it that 1017 doesn't have and shows these people who are on his label, okay, now that you're with Gucci, man, here's how you make money. And you need to make money for when you record this album, and I loaned you the money to make it that you can pay me back. And so you can go make money on the road, be a successful artist or whatever it may be. So I thought this was kind of strange in the sense of how he relayed the message. I know he said he called them before, but there was a Instagram video going around where he announced it. And
Yeah.
again, the video just seemed like it was promotion for, okay, I have an empty roster now and I'm looking for more people, which seems like to me that's just going to put him in the same position that he was in or that he's in right now. Because hang on, I'd hate to say you're not gonna find an artist on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok because I know that's not true. That just
Right.
sounds old. but there's still something that's going to have to be done by Gucci, man. Like it ain't like it was when he was signing the Migos, or he was fucking with Thug, or fucking with Baby, or fucking with
Walker.
all of these Walker, these famous acts. Like those people had a different grind because they had to. Music was different then. The way that music is now and how he's trying to sign people, as he's just seen, that don't work. Like there's a little bit more 1017 sauce that needs to be put on there, not just, oh, you signed with me, go figure it out. Oh, I'm with Gucci, man, I'm gonna make it pop. That ain't gonna work. Like it's big artists, like we're gonna talk about 2 Chainz later with Def Jam. It ain't even working for them with labels like that. So I mean, I just don't. I don't understand what he expects to happen from this. But it was a smart move to keep Pooh Shiesty. He's clearly the only one that has a hit out of all of these people, and I'm sure the free Pooh Shiesty campaign will start up pretty soon. I'm not sure how much longer that he has in jail, and
Mm.
I'm not sure about the other guy.
Listen, man. 1017 is now 1017 Global Music, by the way. It was
Mm,
formerly the new 1017, which was formerly 1017 Brick Squad, which was normally formerly 1017 Eskimo, which was formerly So Icy. He
mm,
can remix this all he wants to, dude. The announcement should have been, I'm hiring A&Rs. I have an A&R opening. I need 3 of the brightest minds, male, female, college, old head, whatever. I need 3 of the brightest minds in music, forward thinking, you know what I'm saying, creative, the whole nine. I'm hiring for that to
good point.
jumpstart this 1017. I'm about to do it right. I'm keeping Pooh Shiesty. He coming home soon. Free. He should have had the free Pooh shirt on. And he should have had the free Pooh and Foo, nigga, for Fujiano and Pooh Shiesty. Should have had the shirt on. He should have had the link up in the description to go cop that. And he should have had the email ANR at 1017 at gmail.com. Like, nigga, or whatever the
Mm.
fuck. That's the announcement. That we would have seen a new pattern. This would have been different. Bro, it ain't nothing finna be different about this new 1017, whatever you finna fill in the blank. We've seen this remixed 7 times, bro. Waka Flocka not walking through that door. Young Thug not walking through that door.
Slim Duncan not walking
OJ
through
the
that
Juice
door.
Man not walking through that door. Bro, Gucci's got an eye for talent, and I don't know if that's ever gonna go away. But what he's missing is direction and management or babysitter or whatever you want to call it. But he needs to make an announcement for new A&Rs because he's rebuilding the label from the inside, behind the scenes, nigga. Like redo the coaching staff, bro. Like that's how you
Yeah.
create change, fam. And then go get the players, set the tone in the building, then go get the players. I would have a lot more respect if he were to go about it that way. This just looks like a retread of what we've seen before.
You're right. He trying to be Jerry Jones. He trying to be owner, GM,
There you go.
coach. Like you're right. He do need that. That is a really good freaking point. Because that would be a whole, and then you would see more people catch on. But I think we know, speaking from the outside looking in, we know Gucci to be stubborn. So I'm thinking he's looking at it like you said, man. I can spot talent. Yeah, that's cool, but can you connect the dots still?
Yeah.
And that's what I think a lot of artists who start labels fail to recognize. Like, yeah, I can spot an eye for talent, but I'm too busy to connect the dots.
There
I'm
you
too
go.
busy to make sure that this nigga is getting the right beats, put in the right studio situations with the right people, with the right writers. If he needs somebody to write hooks, like I'm too busy to do that because I still have a career. And until you have that structure in place, it's not going to work, bro. It's not.
Bro, I'm signing. I say, look, I got 6 spots here. I need 3 acts and I need 3 executives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm getting them fresh out of college. You know what I mean?
And as a matter of
I
fact,
got 100 bands a year.
it's
What's
like you
up?
said, building the front office.
Hey,
I'm signing the A&Rs first. I ain't even signing the
facts.
X. Y'all bring the X to me when y'all find them. Because I still got
Bingo.
the eye for talent. I'll sign off on them, but y'all find the X.
Yep.
Yeah, like that's what he should be on. Because that's
That
what he
would have been
has signed
dope.
with you. You a boss. Yeah, you a boss. So come on, man. All right, next up, man, a tweet rang out over the weekend, AB, and it was from Thugger himself. Slime said he misses Future, Metro, and Drake making music together, man. Let's squash all of this. I'm reading verbatim here. Let's squash all of this and become brothers again.
Yeah.
I want to know, AB, was this a good move or a bad move?
No, it was an interesting move considering who retweeted the message.
Future.
Future was one of the first to retweet it. And remember I said this a couple of weeks on the show. I told you my man's hit me and said music has been slow because Drake has not been outside. And
Mm.
not necessarily Drake on a solo tip, but Drake, Drake on the future, that we get them once every 2 or 3 years. They got a banger. Or Drake and Thug, we get them once every couple of years. Or like because he fell back and stepped out of the limelight a little bit and just did some little one-offs here and there, the game's been quiet. The summer was quiet on the low. This is slick what Young Thug is saying from Cobb County penitentiary. He's saying, bro, look, hey, let's squash the dumb shit. Let's get to this paper. And let's be real. Fans want this too. They just don't want to say it. Nigga, Future and Drake make really good music together, dude. They low key are undefeated on the collabs. If we go back to like views and all it, go back when I didn't want to count Tony Montana because that was a label move, but they're low key undefeated. I was listening to What a Time to Be Alive the other day on my Sunday run, and that motherfucker slaps still. And so when you go back and listen, like damn, and then you go listen to We Don't Trust You. It's 4 or 5 songs I can hear Drake on. I'm like, man, God, damn, this shit would have been tough. So
Mhm.
nobody wins when the family feuds, but the people who hurt the most are the fans, and that's the problem. The beef and shit was fun. It was a moment in time, and maybe one day these niggas will piece it up, just like Meek Mill and Drake, and just like a whole lot of other people do. Because it's WWE at the end of the day. These niggas too rich to really be that upset with each other. So I'm with Doug on this, man. Free Jeffrey, and let's get back in the studio, man. Metro need Drake. Future need Drake. Drake need Future, and vice all that shit, vice versa.
You know what this told me, AB? Well,
What's
that
that?
case must be going really good. Like it must be like they must be telling him, nigga, you finna get out. Like, nigga, a couple
He
more
prepping
incidents,
to
nigga, this mistrial. Like, nigga, that's what they telling him because that's the only way I would give a fuck about this, nigga. I wouldn't. I'm fighting the R. Kelly, like the R. Kelly, nigga. I'm fighting for my life right now, nigga. I don't give a fuck about no niggas rap beefing. I don't give a fuck. These niggas never make a song together again. I'm
free
gonna be in
me, nigga.
jail.
Fuck all
Yeah,
this
free
shit.
me, nigga. Get these free me, nigga. Do the free me song when we come back together. That's what I'd be worried about right now. So it tells me that the case has the defense is doing really well in this Young Thug trial. But to the point of what you're saying, I'm interested in seeing which sides you think is less likely to admit that they would like this beef to end, Future or Drake side.
Drake.
Drake fans. That makes
Yep.
sense. Yeah, because Future been outside this summer and it hasn't been a Drake outside. It's still been outside for Future. Like he's been doing his thing. So
Facts.
yeah, I'm not mad at this. I could see where Young Thug would say this. Like this is the penult that was the ultimate time in his career as far as them doing all those things together. And
Facts.
he doesn't have any, I don't think that he has any real context. I'm not sure that the conversation is if Future is talking to him in jail or if Drake is or if Metro is. I'm not
Metro.
sure that yeah. I'm not sure the conversation is, man, what y'all beefing about? Like, I'm sure his niggas, you all right? Do you need anything? Do the fam need anything? So him tweeting this, whoever has control of his socials, it makes sense and it gets his name in the news. Future retweeting it goes to something that you said. Like Drake really didn't even have that much smoke for
He
Future.
did.
It wasn't really like it was always on all the songs. It was like, I mean, you know what's up, Future. So we never knew what that was about. That probably was about some girl that's gone by now. She probably on to the next dude, past both of them.
Yeah.
She fucking James Harden now. So like it probably it don't matter to neither one of them no more. She found the biggest bag in her. But yeah, like this is cool. Like I think Young Thug this shows optimism for the future of Young Thug more than anything to me versus the beef ending because I figured that end anyway. Like you're gonna get a big Drake and Future record within 2 years. I would say that.
That was gonna be my next question. Do we get
You
a
have a
Future and Drake record? Do we get it in 2025?
that may be pushing it.
Okay.
Because you still like this again, the state of music, we've been talking about this a lot, man. The state of music is very shaky right now. So I think that there's going to be a lot of realigning, a lot of different ways to look at things, drop projects. And once those things get rolled out throughout 2025 and they're tested, 2026, which sounds crazy to say, but
Yeah.
2026 is when you'll get some of those realignments and, this stuff starting to like be swept under the rug because there are going to be new ways to make revenue in music. We just ain't stumbled upon them yet, but they're coming. Like it can't go all the way down the drain. It makes too much money to do that, but
Yeah.
it is in a different place and things are going to have to be figured out. And once those things are figured out, that's when you'll see Drake and Future get back together.
And people gonna need to team up.
Yeah, exactly. Once I promise, once that new play is made and niggas realize it, they're like, oh, okay, like, bro, you know what they doing now? Let's do it together. Yeah,
Yep.
like it's this, yeah, it's definitely going to happen because this is gonna be a down year. Like this next year coming up gonna be rough. It's gonna like weed
Mm.
some people out, I think.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to touch on that in our prediction episode coming up in on New Year's.
yeah.
Next up, man, T.I. took a visit to the Breakfast Club along with longtime label mate and homie Young Dro. Clip went viral over the weekend of Young Dro and one of the members of the entourage, KP, comedian KP, was sitting on the couch and seemed to be laughing during Dro's talking about his sobriety issues. They ended up getting arguing. One person may have threatened to slap the other. It got serious real quick, like how niggas joking get. Ti had to check them. Had to make sure everybody was on the same wavelength. What did you take of the Ti checking his homeboy on Breakfast Club? Was it overreaction or was it necessary?
Overreaction by Ti.
Yeah,
No, because y'all with me. Like he drove up here telling
like he
this
said,
story. Yeah, y'all are with me, nigga. Like, don't forget what this means. Don't forget who I am and what I've built and how I built that shit. Like, don't come up here playing. Like, it's cool if we in the Sprinter van. I'm gonna let y'all figure it all the way out. Y'all niggas gotta step outside. Y'all can do that. But it's like your parents should tell you, nigga, you know, I need to know how to act in front of company. Like, that's a biggie. Like, you know that. So this was real, like, unprofessional. But I get both sides of it. Like we've had homeboys. We've been in a situation where this has happened.
for sure,
And you know when you in a clique, it's always those niggas that really don't fuck with each other, but
on
they
the
fuck
low.
with everybody else.
Yeah,
And then they'll get into it, and then it just escalates from there. And people laughing, and you think that y'all joking, and you see that they are really serious. And that's what happened here. And I think that's from him laughing at Dro, and it's probably wasn't the first time that he laughed at him. I want you to touch on the interview because I didn't get to see it that he did with P Hype, B Hype. But
yeah,
this is one of those things where Dro was probably just tired of it. Like, bro, you've been doing this shit for the last couple of stops, or maybe it was some on the van that happened. Don't forget that I will smack the shit out of you. And to KP's credit, like, I'm a man too, bro. Like, you ain't finna tell me up on the national radio that you finna smack the shit out of me. That's not what gonna happen. Like, that ain't finna happen. Like that. Like, we can go outside now and they can finish this interview and you can come back after we get done. But it's not finna, you're not finna like I'll smack the shit out of you on some serious shit, like not playing. And you don't even really play like that with you grown men. That's some like
facts.
college, teenage shit you playing with somebody saying that. So I seen how it got there, but I do respect T.I., and I think they respect T.I. to calm it all the way down because there's a lot of niggas that wouldn't have been able to control that once it got to that point. That's why I fuck with T.I. so much. That's why he's one of my favorite rapper as far as just that personality, that persona. It doesn't stop in the booth. Like you can tell that that's him through and through. Whether you looking at fucking the TV show, whether you hearing his son talk about him and how cold of a rapper he is, with the exception of the little nigga that always, with the exception of him,
Yeah,
whether you hearing his wife talk about him, whether you hearing like people, peers talking about him, it's solid. It don't change. Like you
yeah.
don't hear no crazy stories about him. And this was an example of it. Like y'all niggas remember what the fuck y'all are doing and who y'all up here with. I love that shit.
Yeah, no, I respected it. I don't think he tried to sun him. I seen
Mm-mm.
some people like, man, he tried to clown him, and I'm like, no, 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 no. This is like you got to understand the difference between facts and feelings. Like what he is saying is actual and factual. They are here for him. Like it just
Mhm.
you got to understand your role. Like these niggas have been around him for years and they understand that you have to understand your role in order to be around for that long.
Mhm.
And so it didn't seem like any of them took it that way. What I didn't like about that, and I'm gonna get to the interview because I did watch KP on Beehive and he explained what he was laughing at. But I want to say that I did not like the coverage of this because I actually watched the episode and 10 minutes later they pieced it up. Dro
Yeah, it was.
apologized and said, "Yo, I said I was gonna slap a nigga. Man, I ain't finna slap this. This is my homie. This is my ace. Like that was doing way too much." He said, "Yo, my bad, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? They just pieced it up just like that. That got no pub.
Nobody seen that.
No one posted it. No one clipped it up. And I guess I shouldn't be complaining. I should have just done it myself. And I might when I get off this episode because somebody needed to do it, because somebody needed to see that. And I get it. We like the drama. It's salacious. It's slick, funny. It's entertaining. Ooh, it's a train wreck. He told him, all that lunchroom high school shit. I get it. I understand there's an appeal to that. But can we show the piece where two grown ass men came and squashed it immediately and show that side of dudes? Because that happens a lot. Just like even you said, yeah, we know the two homies in the camp that really slick don't like each other, and but they keep it PC because everybody else is cool and niggas get into it. But when you at a certain age and you reach a certain, especially you reach a certain status, man, you're like, hey, I was tripping. We need to see people being like, hey, I was tripping. That's my
That
fault.
needs to be normalized. You
Then we
that that
gotta
is a
say
really good
we gotta
point.
show that, bro. Like,
That's a
don't
good point.
not share that shit, bro. That's the shit that got on my nerves. But with that being said, the KP, he said what he was laughing at was they had an inside joke on the way there about how they were messing with him about talking different in an interview. So they kind of caught him code
Mm,
switching a little bit on a little interview, and they were joking on him, and he said he could barely hear what Dro was saying, but he could tell that he was talking differently, and so that's what they were giggling about. It just so happened we could hear clearly because he's speaking into the mics that he's talking about his daughter having a drug problem, and so he's hearing niggas snicker, and it feel like it's about that. And it's like, hold on, man, that's like three Snickers in a row on me talking
yeah.
about some shit that's going on in my life. And the one about the daughters really what took it over the edge. And so, like, which I'll buy that just for the simple fact he been around with them forever. I don't see a nigga
Yes.
laughing
He
at the
not a
other
new nigga.
homeboy daughter being strung out on drugs. Like nobody's laughing. He had to not know what the fuck what he was saying. So I'll buy that, but that was his explanation though.
And that
Him,
makes
him and
sense.
Joe homies, they go way back
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, T, I've been talking about KP since fucking
years.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like the first album 20
Yep.
years ago. So yeah, KP's been around. It's 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 unfortunate the way that it was covered because, like you said, we need to see more resolution, especially amongst black men. Like niggas love to show the crash out.
Yep.
Oh, he crashed out. We just seen a clip of Finesse two times
Oh
where he
yeah.
was doing that 20v1 and he
Yeah.
crashed out and the nigga called him a hoe and now they fighting. And how do you go to a 20v1 and get the fight, bro?
It's 20 holes in
Like
there,
just
bro.
it's
Like
20
what do you
bitches in here and
what do
you
you
arguing and fighting with the host? Like that's
whoever it
insane.
was, bro. I don't even know who it
It was
was.
the host. He the host of
Oh,
one of the
okay.
show. Yeah, he
Oh,
little,
okay.
little nigga host the show. And not even to just put too much blame on Finesse just to take a little bit of
Because it
time
was
on
his
that.
partners.
It was his partners, but dude called him a hoe, and you can't do that.
That was
Like
lame.
you do call you a hoe ass nigga anyway. Like
That was
bro,
lame.
what?
Yeah, that
Like
was
that's
lame.
just. But I say all that to say you brought up the most amazing point of this topic is like the resolution not being shown, like not Dro not being like, nah, this really my partner. We just had a little moment and it's cool. Like I would love to see that
Yeah.
because I didn't know that happened.
Nobody does.
I didn't know that happened. Yeah, so
And I'm
that's dope.
like, man, come on, man.
And Dro another thing that I took from it because when our earlier days here in Atlanta, we were blessed enough to be around Grand Hustle when they were doing a couple of things. Dro funny though.
Oh, for
So I thought
sure.
that he's like damn near comedian funny. So I thought that they was just laughing at him in general. I never took it as if they was laughing at his daughter. I thought that they
Right.
poured a little gas on that. You know, Charlemagne said it first, and then it kind of fueled over from that.
True.
But I just felt like that they were laughing at him, and now that you explaining it, they were laughing at him.
They were.
Like he the type of dude. Like when we seen him and we were around, it was like I won't say the joke's on you, but he's the nigga always at the center of either you joking on somebody or getting joked on. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
ironic because in that interview at Beehive, KP said they've been trying to get him to do comedy for the longest because he's a funny ass dude.
Who Dro or KP?
Right. Dro. KP is a
Dro
comedian.
funny. Dro funny as hell.
Yeah, I know.
Like he's extremely funny, bro.
Yeah.
All righty, man. I never thought this day would come, AB. I've been like since the Smack DVDs, I've been a fan of this guy, man. I've read the books. I've seen the fucking documentaries, all of them. I did not watch the show because I felt it was a disgrace to the name of BMF and Big Meech. But Big Meech is finally free, man. Big Meech is finally free. There's a couple things that I want to talk about here. One is the backlash LeBron received for
Mm.
retweeting and saying Meech is home. We'll talk about that. But first, we'll talk about Sexy Red. Sexy Red seen that Meech was free and she offered to perform at the welcome home party, said she'll do it for free, AB. My question to you, man, is would you take her up on the offer? And if not, who are you booking for that free Big Meech's home party?
Shout out to Big Meech. First off, he is released. He's at a halfway house right now for I
Mm.
don't know how long, but that's obviously better than jail, I'm assuming.
He'll be there to January 2025 or January 2026.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. So a halfway, is it just him or is it like he with a bunch of people?
A halfway house is like an apartment, like an apartment building or duplexes or whatever it may be. You live there, you have a curfew, you have to get a job, and someone checks you in and out. You can't just leave. You have to check out. You have to schedule dates to leave, and you have to be back at a certain time.
Getting a
Now, of
job
course,
is nuts.
different ones have different rules. He can get a job from somebody in the music industry. Like he got connections.
Oh,
Like,
okay, like one of
yeah,
them. Okay, okay. I
you ain't
thought
got to go work at Wendy's or nothing.
I
Like
thought
most niggas do. That would have been crazy to see Meech working at Burger King, bro. Like
nigga barista at
that would have been the
Starbucks.
craziest shit in the world. But no, if you have connections, and I'm sure somebody is just gonna let Big Meech like, yeah,
Be
you
a
can come work
A&R.
here. Exactly, you can come work here.
Yeah,
So you just have to hold a steady job, show that you can do that. It's just reacclimating prisoners back into society with a little bit of rule over with someone who owns that property.
that makes sense. First of all, there needs to be a coming home party, number one. And if Sexy
Yes.
Red gonna do it for the free, yeah, come on. And I'm leveraging whoever else gonna come and do it for free, and all proceeds go to whatever they need to go to. But I don't know if he got something buried in the backyard or not. But
He
they need to go.
got.
He
I'd be
good?
shocked if he didn't.
You
I
think
would
Big
be
Me's good?
shocked. Yes.
All right.
I would be shocked if he wouldn't. I would be shocked. Just
What
from
you
what
would be
I've
shocked if he
heard.
wasn't good off of someone else, or if he had some tuck with his name on it, or if you're just like
Or
50 looking out, his son looking out, and all that.
that's going to be one of it. And I just think that he invested in so many people
Gotcha.
that I think conversations were had like when the walls were closing in because he knew they were closing in. Hey, you take this, like
Gotcha.
Gucci Man did with his wife.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got a wife, but Gucci Man like you take this, and when I get back, it should be this.
Yeah.
And then when he
Facts.
got back, she was like, "Nah, matter of fact, it's this."
Yeah.
And he was good out the gate. So I think Meech probably did that with a couple people. Like, yeah,
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, do the show, get the free promotion, get the free performance, I should say. And as many people want to be a part of this on the low low, they probably, pay for their flight or something, pay for their hotel accommodations. Yeah, take her up on it. She can come out and
mm,
do a song or two, and we can keep it moving. It can be Big Meech and friends, and
yeah.
everybody and their mama will pull up to that shit, bro. So
That's gonna be the party of the new millennium, nigga.
I'm not going.
Jeez.
I won't be there though. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
No, 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 no,
It's gonna
no.
be here in the A, and I'm not gonna be there.
I have no desire to be in there. I
Zero.
10 years ago I would have, but I am good
Yeah,
on
super
the
good.
Big Meech's home. I salute him for being home. Is there somebody that you would book specifically? Like that has to be there?
I mean, you
I
got
know
to
there's
get
one
Jeezy.
obvious answer. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
the
got to get.
obvious answer, Jeezy.
You got to get.
Um, Ross got to perform BMF, don't he? Like,
Oh,
doesn't that have to happen? Like that has to happen. Like you gotta perform BMF with Meech on stage. Like that
yeah.
has to happen. Like I slick gotta come out to that. Like when
If
I pull
that
up at the
doesn't
party, y'all
happen,
gotta play that.
if that doesn't
Yeah,
happen, throw the whole show away. Like it's
facts.
pointless. Show is pointless if that don't happen.
Yeah, that has to fucking happen.
Yeah.
Also, what did you think about LeBron receiving criticism? He tweeted, "Welcome home to Big Meech," and people were immediately on his ass. Pause. Oh,
Mm.
why do we glorify drug dealers in the black community and all of these things when LeBron said, "Welcome home"? Do you think they were right or wrong to do that to LeBron,
Listen, man.
who is a role model, athlete? He ain't in that
Sure.
world, AB.
Not for sure, but he also is of the culture, and hate it or love it, BMF is a part of the culture, bro. Like I get it. LeBron didn't say "Welcome home, nigga." Let me put my order in for 10 bricks, bro. Like relax. He just said "Welcome home," and nigga didn't put an order in for some chickens, bro. Like nigga said, "Yo, welcome home, salute. You did the crime, you did your time. People should be allowed to come home after that." I thought that was the point. So
Mhm.
you can't hang shit over people's head all day long. People just want to be different. People just want to be angry, fake upset, relax, take all those people's Twitter accounts away because they get on my damn nerves with this fake outrage. Just fake outrage, bro.
If I seen people saying, "Why do we as American or global culture, fuck American global culture, why do we glorify gangsters?" Then I would be
That
more
would be one
lenient
thing.
to it because El Chapo, we know, fucking what's the man name before him that got the whole goddamn Narcos
Nigga
series?
got 15
Pablo
seasons of Narco.
Escobar,
Bro,
we
come on,
know.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Griselda. We just had the Netflix
Griselda,
joint.
we know. Like all of these people are like John Gotti, we know.
Bro.
Al Capone, we know. Like these are the same types
Hell's
of things and
Angels.
all of this.
Yeah.
But people are trying to specify and say, well, why do black people glorify drug dealers? No, everyone glorifies gangsters. That's the society of the world. People want to be like they see that life, they think it's great. Fucking Johnny Depp did a whole movie about the nigga with blow. Like it's out
Boston
there. It ain't
George.
shit, it ain't black people. It's
Mm.
everybody that does this. So I thought that was really unfair criticism of LeBron, man. People try to give him a hard time for that. Like get kick rocks, man.
Listen,
That's
man.
what.
My wife and I, the last trip I went to 2 years ago, we went to London. They had
Yeah.
a tour for what's my man, the Jack the Ripper. There's several tours of a serial
Fucking
killer, and you can walk the streets that he walked, and they'll tell you all about the bodies he chopped up, and people are oohing and
yeah.
awing and buying hats and man, don't tell me about no fucking me. No,
Right. You
a
got
tweet about Big Meech, bro. Like
niggas,
fuck
they
out of here,
dressing up for Jeffrey Dahmer as
bro.
Halloween. They freeing the Menendez brothers
You
who
see,
killed their dad. Like, but it's a problem when LeBron say, "Welcome home, Meech." Stop it. Like,
yeah, that shit gets
stop
on
it,
my nerves.
stop it. All right, man. A couple more before we get into these wins and these losses. AB Two Chains,
Mm.
aka Tony, is leaving Def Jam.
Mm.
He's leaving Def Jam and he said this is going to be monumental. He told the Saudis to get the oil money ready because
Mm.
he's the biggest free agent in the game right now. Do you agree with that?
First off,
Get the
the
oil
Sa-
money ready. It's funny.
yeah, no, stop. The Saudis had the ticket on the table for Kanye. They did not have the ticket on the table for 2 Chainz, respectfully. Listen, I'm not in this day and age. Def Jam does him no good. Everyone who knows 2 Chainz or needs to know who 2 Chainz is already does. He's not going to sell one extra CD if he puts it out on 2 Chainz Records or Def Jam Records. He needs to just I'm glad he stepped away from them. Now you have more control over what it is that you want to do. He's shown time and time again marketing is his strong suit. The Pink Trap House was fire. He's had plenty of great rollouts, even with speaking of LeBron. He had him A&R in one of his projects, the Rapper Go to the League joint, where he invented the deluxe edition. So 2 Chainz has shown he knows what he's doing. That was a classic
That's
LeBron
still
move.
some of the funniest shit ever, bro. Like, you know what we ought to do? Drop it. Then we wait a little bit. Then we hit him with the one with 3 more songs. Like, nigga,
Two
where have you
more.
been, nigga?
That nigga, he invented the
Hey,
deluxe
LeBron a
edition.
funny ass nigga, man.
He is.
God damn, LeBron
Um,
funny.
but I like this for 2 Chainz. He's got all his Rolodex is full. He can call anybody in the game. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't be an issue if he needs to get a feature or a look. And maybe, hopefully, we'll finally get that Static Selector album with him.
Mm.
Speaking of that one producer record, man, please give me 12 of them. Give me 12 of them with a
With
funny
a
ass
J feature.
outro, with
With a
about
J
4 or 5
feature.
dope ass features. Throw Dollar Boy on there for old time's sake. And let's go ahead and maybe get one Kanye that you got in the stash. Like, bro, and do that. And Def Jam might not sign up for that, but you're independent now. You can do that on your own. We said this to Reason. Reason was excited to go independent because now he got all these ideas he get to do and no restrictions and blah blah blah. Cool, do it. Go do it. Show me why you're the biggest free agent and don't turn around and sign the Interscope, nigga.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Show us what you're saying now. Like,
That's
show
it.
us that you can do it. We've seen it. We've seen glimpses of it because you haven't had to do it all, being on Def Jam and being with major labels. But even going back to the mixtape run with Titty Boy, we
Yep.
seen you create that and turn that into 2 Chainz and help go on that phenomenal run. So it's
Facts.
not crazy to say I'm the biggest free agent out there, though I don't know who the other free agents are. But I
Reason?
would love to see him. Oh yeah, Reason Wale, I think a free agent, but
No, no, no. Wale, he
Wale not a free
resigned.
agent. He
Yeah.
resigned. But that being said, yes, 2 Chainz, do that. Do the thing like that you've been great at your whole career, and now you have to do it on your own. We don't expect you to sell 50,000. It doesn't matter if you sell 50,000. At this point in 2 Chainz's career, like you stamped yourself as a great. Now just give us great music that we want from you. Like that introspective. We keep saying this, and I don't want to sound like I'm recycling it, but you get that album like from Static Selector, like you said, with the samples and him rapping on there, just like that old like Kanye is just giving
Yeah,
you that feel like he can do that.
yeah.
And people don't really still try, the people still try to doubt how good of a rapper the 2 Chainz is. This is the opportunity to do that again. While I ain't trying to recoup off a big ass single or anything like that. I'm just putting out dope ass music. I love this for 2 Chainz. I love him being a free agent. I don't think he should sign to one of these big labels. I think he should do it himself. And we see what we get from that. I think it'll be great for the game.
Listen, the last time, and let's be clear, although I wasn't too heavy on his last maybe one or two solo projects, that College Grove 2 with Wayne was hard. Like, let's be
Hmm.
clear. And it had like a little hit with it with the song with Usher, and it had the skits with 50, and like it was a well put together project.
Yep.
It didn't make a ton of noise, but again, you don't have to. You're not looking to reach the masses. You're not trying to cross over and do songs with Katy fucking Perry, dude. Just put out good music, cement the legacy and tour, and open up more restaurants, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Just keep it
And ride
rolling.
off into the sunset, bro. He's an ambassador for the fucking G League Hawks and the Atlanta Hawks
Yes.
or whatever the hell they just be the cool guy on the sidelines, you know what I'm saying, sitting courtside and put out good music, critically acclaimed music that's gonna get you looks. You fuck around and get a Grammy or something, you never know. I want to see
Yeah.
that version of him, even though again I said that joint one with him and Wayne was banging that came out last year.
It's
Do not
it's
sleep on it.
solidified. Like 2 Chainz can go be common now. Like he can be common.
There
I
you
can go
go.
do movies and
No,
TV
for sure.
shows and just be a cool nigga. Like I can go do that. Like that's definitely the lane he can go
Common
be
needs to
in.
stop doing movies though. Let's be clear.
Yeah, that he does.
He needs to
That he
stop.
does. That he
He
does, man.
he can he can go back
That he
rapping
does.
full time. Stop acting, bro. Please do anything but that.
Oh shit, that's funny. Last before we got out of here, what we got? Do I got it? Is it
Yeah,
me?
so,
All right, man. Last before we get out of here, AB. Tommy Richmond.
your
Tommy Richmond, you
man's
may remember the name, but I know you know the song. That $1 Million Baby went up over the summer.
facts.
Some people call it Song of the Summer, some people don't. Who am I to say? One of the things that are interesting about Tommy Richmond, AB, he made a statement not too long ago and said, I am not a hip hop artist.
Right.
Only for it to leak out that his team submitted that song, $1 Million Baby, for the melodic rap song in the Grammys. Is this fair or foul, AB?
Um, so he's not hip hop, number one. And people, we have to stop getting
Glad he
uptight
said it.
about people saying that they're not hip hop when they're not.
I'm glad
Uh,
he said it.
that's what I'm saying, because he's not though, and that's okay. I don't understand the uproar. What did you want him to say? I'm rap. Would you want him to say I'm a rapper? Because he's not. I don't get that. Now the problem is when people put you in categories that you're not, but I don't know how that. I don't know what category you would put him in. That's the problem.
It's
And my
melodic rap song.
no, but I'm saying,
Well, they submitted him for all of them, to be honest.
oh,
They
okay,
submitted him for anything that you could hip hop.
yeah. Then if I need to know more because that's you're being hypocritical if that's the case. If you didn't submit it for pop or if you didn't submit, but then again,
Because
I don't know what genre that is if it's not hip hop. Maybe R and
it's
B.
pop. I think it's pop.
Nah, that's
You don't
not
think it's
pop,
pop?
bro. I don't
That
get
ain't pop
that.
music?
No, I
Hmm.
think, and a matter of fact, I think when you look on Apple Music, I think it's under R&B. It kind of reminds me of Brent Faiyaz. That's what it reminds me of, and
He
he's not
signed to
hip
Brent
hop.
Fires. Did you know that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can tell because Brent Faiyaz's last album sounds a lot like Dude, but that's another story.
Mm. Um,
So that's the thing. I say it to say he's not rapping. He's
mhm.
definitely more like. Would you say Roddy Ricch is hip hop? That's hip. Would you say that's rap?
Yeah, I would still say that's hip hop.
What about Rod Wave?
I've never listened to a Rod
Ah,
Wave.
okay. That nigga sing. He's singing.
I heard a song. I seen how many albums that song sold. I ain't never listened to a full. Well, excuse me. I heard how many albums that last one
Yeah, he
did,
went
and I
crazy.
listened to a couple of songs, and I was surprised at how much singing that it was.
Ex-
Like that's damn near R&B.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like Tommy Richmond is singing. Well, not to that extent, but I'm saying So, but then we like to lump hip hop into one. Like we call Mary J. Blige hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like because of the where she come from and the look that she
Mm,
presents herself. Like she's quote unquote hip hop culture. So I don't know if he's got 6'4s in the video and this and that. Like, so is that hip hop culture? I don't know, man. It get tricky. The lines are blurred. But fuck it. I wish Post Malone would have said he wasn't hip hop instead of
yeah.
masquerading as it and not really having any invested interest.
This is, I think, a couple of things going on here. I think that this is, first of all, Tommy Richmond doesn't submit the songs, the label does.
Oh,
And
okay, gotcha.
yep, and I think what the label sees here is, oh, well, Taylor Swift dropped this year. Like, there's no way he's gonna win anything in the pop
He
category. Like,
canceled that.
Tay sweeping that.
Yeah, he canceled that.
So let's lean over here to hip hop and let's submit it here. And then I think he gets wind of that before we actually get the announcement that he was submitted to that. And he's like coming out trying to get in front of it, telling people, I'm not a hip hop artist, regardless of what the label was saying, what they're submitting me for at the Grammys. I'm not hip hop, which I respect that.
Yeah,
I
that's
respect
fair.
him trying to have some control over his career. So I don't really, the backlash of people with him saying, oh, I'm not hip hop. I don't think that he was trying to be disrespectful in saying that. He was just being honest, which,
Yeah,
like I said, I wish Post Malone had done that. Like
yeah,
earlier in his career, before trying to lie to people and come out with shit like White Iverson.
yeah.
But I don't consider him hip hop. I don't consider this disrespectful to hip hop. I think the song is nice. I don't know where you classify it either. Like I don't know if it's R&B. I would lean more towards R&B than I would anything else, though. I'll say
Agreed.
that.
Yeah,
And I know if I'm the label, I kind of get it too. I'm not submitting you with Sabrina Carpenter and fucking Taylor Swift. Like you're not going to win in those categories. I can promise you that. They may let you slip out in hip hop because you're white. This song is popular, and everybody who votes doesn't have a full knowledge of what hip hop is. So you might can slip this in, and now us as the label can say we have a Grammy winning artist in Tommy Richmond. We don't care how mad it makes you. We don't care as the label. So I could see that being how it played out. So for that, I'm going to call it fair on his end for coming out and saying it, but I will say that it's foul on the label's end for just saying like we just trying to win over here. So it's a nasty position to be in.
yeah. Especially if you're an artist and like you
Yeah,
said, you have no control over it. Like, what if he wins?
he got to
And he
shake that
might.
speech. I was gonna say I would shake that speech if I won, if I were him. I'm going up there and
Mm.
rattling it. Like y'all can't do shit now. I want a Grammy.
Hey,
So yeah,
interesting stuff, man. Y'all let us know, man. What is Tommy? Did anybody even listen to that album? I don't think it did very well. I think
I
he
didn't even
just
know it came out.
yeah. I mean, I checked it out just because I was interested to hear what it sounded like, but
It was all right.
it was decent.
Hmm.
About two or three songs on there. Man, before we get out of here, man, a couple wins or losses. First up, Project Pata was seen in Arkansas in the church in the pulpit, and a lot of people were calling him a preacher now. He clarified that and said he is not a preacher, but not officially. But he's in that religious space. This is a win or loss.
It's a big W, man. Pat been preaching for years,
Yeah,
to be honest with y'all. The motherfuckers ain't been up on it. He been preaching the
that get it
gospel for
green, nigga. What are you
years.
talking about?
Hey, listen to me. He been doing this thing. So I like this, man. I like to see the second stage of their career. I'm a fan of Project Pat. I seen some of the later interviews talking about another person that's funny as hell, like we were talking about with Dro, him and his brother, DJ Paul, two of the funniest niggas
Juicy J.
this side of, excuse me, just J and DJ Paul, just to throw it
Well,
in as
yeah,
the
yeah.
third. All three of them niggas is funny. And this is perfect for Project Pat, especially for people who grew up on his music, can see the transition that he's in that lane now. That may change a couple of their lives as well. Some people that need it. So I like this. This is a W.
Check out Project Pat, man. I did a video on him. I ranked his albums the other day. Make sure y'all check that out. Culturalist Theory. Project Pat has been in this space, going to prisons, talking to inmates, going to churches. He's been doing this since 2019. It's pre-pandemic. Why it got hot now all of a sudden is kind of strange. But hey, man, Project Pat has seen a lot. And so if there's anybody that can speak to the, what's going on in the hoods and North Memphis and any hood anywhere USA, then it's Project Pat,
Yeah,
and you'd rather see him on that side of things than back on the inside.
absolutely.
Next up, man, W or L, Shaquille O'Neal, man, Big Diesel. He has a suggestion for Little Wayne. He said, man, you want to know how Wayne could rain on the Kendrick Lamar's party? He could do a televised concert during the Super Bowl halftime show. Was this a winner or loss suggestion from Shaq?
This is a loss, man. This is some hating ass shit right here. Like this some hating
Diabolical shit right
ass,
here.
this some diabolical hating ass shit. But Shaq a hater though. Like Shaq
Is
is a
he?
hater. Like yeah, Shaq a hater. He's a notorious hater. Like
Really?
Shaq
I
still
thought
yeah.
Kobe hated on him. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Yeah, that had to do with he did. You're right, but Shaq is a notorious. Like Shaq still hated the dude till his death. That voted against him getting the
Oh yeah, he
unanimous
sure
MVP.
did.
Like Shaq is a notorious hater. So this some Shaq shit right here. So it's a loss. I wouldn't do it. This is bad advice to Lil Wayne. He should just again, man. Everybody don't get a Super Bowl, bro. Like you missed it. It's over. Like hopefully you may get it another year. Jay got an extension if y'all can work it out. Doesn't matter. It would have been great if it was in New Orleans, but nobody owes you that, man. And doing a concert at the same time as the Super Bowl, and he's a football fan, so what it would take to do that, like, nah, that's whack.
Especially because our Packers are going to be in the Super Bowl. He'll be at the
I picked
game
the Packers
watching
to
in
go
the
to the
box
Super
seat.
Bowl.
He'll
I
be
picked the
watching.
Packers to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
So
we'll be
I
there.
ain't. Mm,
But this is a W for the suggestion, man. Listen, if Kendrick Lamar did this, y'all, if Drake was doing the halftime show and Kendrick Lamar
but
did a
he's not.
pop up part two, then y'all niggas would be crowning. Oh my god, that was genius! Oh, he really hates him. Oh man, fuck out of here.
But
That's a
that's the
W.
thing. Kendrick Lamar is not a hater. He wouldn't have done that's some
What?
shit that haters do. He's not a hater. He hate Drake, but he don't hate him enough. Nobody, you know how much you gotta hate a nigga to put on a show during the Super Bowl? Everybody trying to be chilling, bro. Ain't nobody trying to be up doing work, moving around, doing the fucking Super Bowl, nigga. I hate when I gotta go to the store at halftime at the Super Bowl, nigga. I ain't trying to do a fucking concert. Nah. Like I want to watch the commercials and the game, go to a Super Bowl party, chill, whatever it may be. The last thing I want to be doing is working. So I would even say Kendrick would be a hater if he did it when Drake. Just like you got it. You won, my nigga. It's over.
Ah, listen, man. Next up, W or L. Your man DDG, fresh off a breakup with one of the Bailey. Yeah, what's her name? Chloe Halle. Who
It's
was he with?
Hallie.
Halle. Yeah, he was with Halle
I
Bailey.
think
Fresh
it's
off a
Hallie.
breakup. Fresh off a fumble. Uh, he's got a new song. That's what you
Man,
do.
this
That's
big
what you
boy
do
fumble
when you
right
lose
there.
one. You go get
Or
bored and
or or
uh
he's going the offset route.
you see what I'm saying? Yeah,
Like
Offset was in the
my
gym and
baby, right?
everything now.
Yeah, I got a baby by you now. I always have you. That's probably how you looking at it,
Nigga, they said
which is
Offset working out.
insane. Oh, Jesus Christ.
DDG has a new song called "What You Bad For," and in honor of it, he's got an interesting promo. He's giving away two BBLs.
Jesus
He
Christ.
says, "quote I want to help women look and feel amazing. I've decided to partner with Dr. Dorfman at the Done by Dorfman Clinic in Beverly Hills." Of course, this post has now been deleted, so
Of
I don't
course.
know if it's going to happen or not. But was this a W or L promo, man, for a new single?
This a L, and I hope it got deleted because he was getting backlash. And and the reason that I say this, like, yes, I'm not against some women getting their bodies done for their confidence to feel better, look better. That's fine. Like if you want to do that. But I don't feel like that those are the women that are listening to his music. I feel like the women that are listening to his music, they're gonna be in this contest are young, that can get their bodies
Impressionable.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they just getting the BBL because they see BBLs versus being a young woman who's can get out there and get in shape and kind of fix that shit. So I don't think this would have been helping anybody, or it's just promoting a lifestyle that most young women shouldn't be trying to live. I'd
Yeah.
say that.
This was
Idiotic.
nasty. It's an L. I didn't look at the comments that he was getting,
Mm.
but I'm almost certain they were wearing him out. Again, if you want to get a BBL, man, knock yourself out. I'm not going to be responsible for it. I'm sure he would have had them sign something. Like, what if something went left, bro, with the surgery? Man, like, come on, fam. Like, you don't want that responsibility. You don't. It's just not a smart play. He got his 4 minutes of pub on a shade room for it, but what is that going to translate to in terms of streams, bro? Nothing. Last one, real quick, bonus WRL. A new documentary has been announced, a hip hop documentary centered around Yo Boy, Shyne Poe, Bad Boy's own Shyne Poe. Very timely documentary with everything going on with Bad Boy head honcho P. Diddy. It drops in November on Hulu. Are you here for the Shyne documentary?
On paper, this should be good. Like on paper, it should
Hmm.
be this nigga shot somebody for Puff who's in the news now. Went to
Allegedly, they
jail
street
for
saying that he didn't even
alleged.
shoot the nigga.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. Went to jail for it for however many years.
10.
Tried to get back in the music industry. That didn't work. Went back home to Belize. Became the prime minister. Not to mention his daddy is a heavy political figure in Belize as well. So you got background. On paper, it should be good. But then I seen this. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care, bro. I'm not. Why would I hit play on this? Shyne, and the only reason that I say that if Shyne was still relevant now, like if he wasn't the prime minister of Belize, which I mean, that's relevance to some people.
Clearly.
That's a lot, but he's just not doing anything where I would care to want to see his documentary. I feel like that he's a political figure. He's out of the game, and if this is being, I didn't watch the preview, but if it's being promoted as a hip hop documentary, I really don't want to see it. I care more about the political side of it than anything now. I want to know how he went from I got out wanting to rap and put another CD out to being a fucking prime minister of Belize. And I hope I'm saying, I don't know if he's the prime minister or not, but I think he was running for it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm much more interested in what he has going on now. If they told me it was about now, then I may watch it. But if it's about everything leading up to now, I really don't care.
I see. I had this in reverse. On paper, I didn't want to see it. Then I
Mm.
watched the trailer and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Now this is a nice story to go on. This is a nice, you can tell a nice story with this. Coming from where he come from, he's got one of the biggest grand opening, grand closing careers in rap because he was hot and he was billed as the next Biggie. And you know, all of that good shit he had, the budget behind him and whole nine, all that shit ended in one night. And so his career was gone in an instant. He goes back home, nigga, and turns into Obama. And we like, damn, we didn't know he was a fucking pilot. Like, how did this happen? So now that when I watch the trailer, it looks very well put together. I'm gonna check it out. It needs to only be about 45 minutes. Let's keep it 1,000. I don't need the big 2 hour joint. It relax. It does not need to be blow. Give me 45 minutes, maybe an hour. This will probably make a better episode of something. You know, like one of them hour joints. Like
yeah.
it probably make a better episode of that than a whole documentary. So if it's past an hour and a half, I'm not fucking with it. But well, I'm lying. I'll probably watch it, but I won't be excited to. If it's an hour or less, count me in like a comedy special. Definitely will be here for that.
Yeah.
But the trailer is good though. I will say the trailer I watched. I was like, oh, okay, now this look kind of dope.
I gotta watch the trailer because I'm
Not
not
gonna
sold.
lie. Man, on Decker of the week, man, let's go to YouTube. Shout out to Chris Roberts. He said maybe we all need to reflect on real life issues for once. All the negative music that reached our young people's souls, that which led the cause and effect situation. Our people are in trouble. It's time to open our minds and reflect on bigger issues in our communities. What the hell did y'all talk about on the
I was
last?
gonna ask what was it in reference to?
Nigga, that was the last episode that I was absent for. So
What,
y'all
I
let
don't
me
know.
know.
Chris may be right, but I don't know what he was in reference to. I
I don't
don't know
know
what that
either,
was in
man.
reference
Shout out to Cold Chillin 661. That's my guy. What's up, man? He said, I think both Kendrick and Drake failed to capitalize off the beef. They had the perfect time to drop their albums and they failed. Pac versus Biggie, we got two great albums. All Eyes on Me, Life After Death. Ho versus Nas, we got Blueprint and Stillmatic. Drake and Kendrick failed to deliver. Kendrick won, and it was perfect time to release a project. Drake always brings hits, especially in the summer. He should have had to release an album moving forward from the beef. If Kendrick waits till the Super Bowl for a new album, it's a mistake. Yes, he will get a lot of sales because of the beef, but he would have sold more had he released it within 40 days of the pop out.
That's fair. That
Everything
is
was
fair.
fair except him saying Kendrick won. Let's be honest, guys. Let's,
That
let's
was
have an
the
honest
most fair
moment.
point. That was the most fair point. That was the structure of it being fair.
Let's have let's have an honest moment, guys. Drake won, but no, appreciate that. Definitely a good point. We got classics coming out of those other beefs. So yeah, some new music. We got classic songs coming out of this one. You could argue maybe
Yeah,
on
true.
Drake's side.
Yeah.
What you got to put me on, man?
Apple Plus, Apple TV, and they're cooking right now. Shrinking is back with Harrison Ford. Did you watch it last time?
Negative.
You didn't watch Shrinking?
Mm-mm.
Really good show, man. It'll sneak up on you and you watch and you're like, damn, it's good as hell. 30 minutes, easy to watch. It's about a mental health psychiatrist, but it's a comedy, so it's not too heavy, but it tackles some really good shit in there. First two episodes drop, seasons usually 8 episodes. If you haven't, go watch the first season, then double up with this season. But Shrinking on Apple TV is great. great. First 2 episodes were great too. And what was the other show? I can't think of the other show that I was gonna watch on that, so I'll name it next week.
Y'all
What
niggas
you
in the
got?
chat, the only people I know with the Apple TV Plus subscription. That shit crazy.
They got the best shows.
I don't believe
Like
that.
you can cook with just an Apple subscription. I promise you. They the new prestige television. I promise it's I know for a fact it's 3 to 4 shows on there that you ain't watched that you will fuck with heavy.
I'll think about it. I'll see what I can do. Speaking of shows, my put on. Well, actually, no. I'm not gonna go shows. I went to the High Museum when my mom was in town. Me, my mom, my wife. We went to go see the Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys collection that's down
Nice.
here. It started out they dropped it in Brooklyn first. It's called Giants, art from the Dean
Mhm.
collection of Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys. Flames, complete
Really?
flames. Yeah, for sure. It's here until January 19th in Atlanta. I would recommend checking it out if art is your thing. If it's not your thing, do not go down there on my recommendation and you don't fuck with art and you standing there like, what is this? If you fuck with art at least a little bit or you're curious, go ahead and go down there on Sunday or Wednesday. I think that's when it's free. If any other day, I think it's a 20 piece. But the vibrant, because the dope thing about the High Museum is that they'll have like this exhibit that'll be a limited time thing, but then you can go into the other exhibits that are kind of more there. They've been there for a while. There's a stark difference between this exhibit and the other ones. This one's got music playing, the colors are vibrant, the photos, excuse me, the artwork is gigantic, bro. Some of them are like rectangle shaped, some of them are square, some of them are live installations like on the ground and shit. Everything just pops. When you leave this one and walk into another exhibit, it's like, it's quiet. Yeah, it's cold.
It's like art.
Yeah, it's like art. It's like regular art. This is regular shit now. This shit lit. So, and it's inspirational. I would highly suggest on a Sunday when your team is on a bye week, go on, hop down there, man. Take a look at it, bro. It's pretty dope to me. I had a good time.
I'm gonna check that out. I've been wanting to go. Yeah, I've been wanting to go for a while, so I'm glad you said that. I haven't gotten to go to the High Museum. Once I've been, but it's been a while, so I want to go. I think I'm gonna check that out.
No, check that out, man. Go on a Sunday because y'all Cowboys not doing shit for the rest of the season.
That
so
season
on
over
a Sunday.
I'm done. Football still on? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know football was still being played. It was such a peaceful Sunday this Sunday because we had a bye week.
Oh, last thing put on too. NBA season starts this week. My Pistons, nigga, we playoff bound. Let's fucking go. Yes.
0-82.
82 and 72 and 10. I'm calling it now.
0-82. Is your boy back? Cade Cunningham?
Yeah, of course. What you talking about?
Is that
It's
his
an
name?
all-star season loading, nigga. What you talking about?
Jesus.
What's up? We back, nigga. When the game come in town, I'm there.
Shout out to NBA, man. We doing an NBA preview a Thursday on Dead End Sports.
Okay.
Check it out right there. I might have to have you on, man, if you up late enough, because I don't give 2 fucks about the NBA, and I told him that.
Yeah,
so I can sub you in, man. If you care want to talk about it, you let me know.
Man, as long as I'm talking all Pistons, I ain't talking no other teams. Fuck it.
Get out of here.
I'm bringing everything back to the Pistons. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all tapping in as always. Another week in the books, guys. We'll see y'all next week. Again, let us know, where should 2 Chainz go? Should he sign with a major? Should he keep it indie? Was Gucci Mane a good idea to drop all his artists? And are you looking forward to this Tyler the Creator dropping on Monday? Y'all let us know in the comments, man. On Deck TV, on IG and youtube.com/OnDeckTV. Show, we out.
Peace.